Lately, I've started to feel like myself again. And honestly, I didn't realize how much of myself I had lost until recently. Because when you live in survival mode long enough, you slowly disconnect from who you actually are. For a long time, life felt heavy for me. Not necessarily terrible, just constantly pressure. Always thinking about work, always chasing that next thing, always mentally carrying that weight. Even when I was resting, my mind wasn't. I was physically present in places, but mentally, I was somewhere else entirely. And the scary part is, I didn't even notice it happening slowly. I didn't realize how exhausted I'd become, how disconnected from everything I felt, how little peace I had internally, and how reactive my life had actually become. I thought this was just adulthood, just responsibility, just ambition. But recently, as my environment started changing, something inside me started changing too. Little by little, I started feeling parts of myself come back. And so I started noticing, right? I could think clearly again. I could have more patience, more peace, and more emotional presence, more hope and creativity, even just more energy in general. I started laughing more. I started breathing deeper, actually experiencing moments again. That hit me emotionally. I started realizing how much I missed, being present with my family, taking care of my health, reading peacefully, working out, creating, slowing down enough to actually hear my own thoughts take place. Those things matter to me deeply. And for a while, I think survival mode slowly pulled me away from them. And honestly, I think a lot of people lose themselves without realizing it. Not because they're lazy and not because they're weak, but because constant pressure slowly disconnects people from their actual identity. You become reactive, you become overstimulated, emotionally tired, and mentally scattered. It even frustrates you to the point where you act out on other people without them even doing anything to deserve that reaction. And eventually you stop asking, how do I want to live? You just survive the next day. But now I'm starting to feel alive again. I'm starting to feel aligned, right? Not perfect, not fully there, but different, more grounded, more intentional, more alive. And honestly, having more space in my life has changed me spiritually. I can spend more time in the Word, more time thinking myself, right? More time listening instead of constantly rushing all the time. This piece has been changing me deeply. I used to think success was mostly about income. Now I'm realizing if you lose yourself in the process, what are you really building? Because money means very little if you're disconnected from your family, if you're disconnected from your peace, if you're disconnected from your health and disconnected from yourself. That realization changed me. And honestly, I think a lot of people don't need to become someone entirely new. I think a lot of people just need environments that allow them to become themselves again. That's what I'm starting to experience. I'm starting to feel like myself again. And I know what that feels like. I don't want to go back to living disconnected from my own life. If you've ever felt stress slowly making you lose parts of yourself, comment the word peace down below because I think a lot more people feel this than they actually talk about. You know what it is, man. Till the next time. Peace.